always a good sign when you got the car up, you got the wheels off. Today's problem that we're going to be solving is this. Some of you may be asking, why would it do that? These are $2,000 coilovers. Why they should not have play on the spring. And the reason why, and what I've come to learn, is that they need something called helper springs. The helper spring is just going to go in between this part right here, and it'll push up the spring so it's fully seated when the car is at full droop, which is right now when the wheels are off the ground, which will help mitigate any sort of funny sounds. That's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to come back when I pull out the strut. It's a pretty simple process, and then I will update you guys on installing those helper springs. Just pulled out the coilover, and you can see there's space. All I did was remove it from the car. You can see, look at that, back when I had the fat tires, used to rub on the collar every now and then, wear it out. But here we are. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disassemble the strut real quick, and then I'm going to start to insert the helper spring. I've removed the old collar, got a fresh collar. I think I got it on eBay. Check that out. These I replaced probably like 2 years ago, so I'm gonna reuse it. It's definitely still good. No ripping. Looks phenomenal. These I replaced when I did the coils, so that's a 1.5 years old. Now I'm gonna throw it back together. This is how I'm installing it, and I think it's right. It's gonna be the collar at the bottom, the helper spring, and then it comes with one stack washer, metal washer, the spacer, another stack washer, and then we take our spring, and then after this will be bump stop, put it down, and there's this little thing, it's a Volvo part, I don't really know what it is, but that goes on. And then it's the strut mount top, or the strut top hat, something hat, top hat. Okay, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna lower this spring even more, just to get more room to tighten this thing down. So here's the strut, almost all the way assembled. Now what I'm gonna do, just clean off this bearing thing, get any of the debris off of it, then throw it together and throw it back in the car. Here's the strut, fully assembled. Gonna throw it back in the car now. It's always good to check under the car, make sure things are okay, because my lower sway bar end link was loose. So I'm gonna tighten that up too while I'm at it, but it's installed. No more movement. You can see spring compresses, keeps that seated in the upper mount. I might have to lower this some more just to get the same ride height, since it is raising the car just a little bit. So I'm probably gonna have to go up and down a couple times, lower the car, raise the car, lower the car, just to make sure that that's at the right height. Otherwise I'm gonna tighten that up, throw the wheel back on, and then do the other side. It's been a couple weeks. Drove around in the car, had to let the springs and everything settle down, and now I just have to go take it to get in alignment, just because the steering wheel's a bit off after messing with things. But overall I'm super happy with it. It did fix the clunking sound, so there's no more clunking since the spring is now fully seated when the suspension is at full droop. That's about it. All I gotta do now is get in alignment. See you guys in the next video.